to making chores easier, we've got a way, actually a 3-piece set for you to make that cleanup easier around. Does this look familiar? The leaves,
oh yeah,
the grass that you just cut or things like that. There is an easier way to pick this up, and it is with the lawn claws and the pop-up bag that goes along with it. So you're getting 2 lawn claws, and they're big.
Right.
They're bigger than any hand could ever be.
That's for sure.
So you can actually pick up a lot of stuff all at one time.
Well, that's what that's always the problem. So, you can get all the leaves into a big giant pile.
Yeah, but
then
then
I was like, well, what do I do with it now? Like, I always wish the job was over right then. Well, I raked it into a pile. Are we done?
Yeah.
No, now you have to bag it all up.
Yeah.
And you have to get it out to the street, to someone to take it away. But these claws make that second process. There you can see, they actually function as a rake on your hand, so you can continue to get that pile together. And then you're dumping them either into the pop-up bin that comes with it, or into your garbage can or into your lawn bag, things like that. So again, we've got the pile here. So you know what? So normally, if you're doing this, what can I really grab with that? But look at the lawn claws that you're able to do. You can see there's actually like a rake at the top of it. You've got the adjustable handle, but it's just so easy to just put your hand behind it, just like that, and I'll grab the other one and do the same thing. So now I've got these huge lawn claws where, so they'll function as a rake just like that, but what I'm really doing is being able to put this whole pile together and grab a huge amount of leaves. Every time I grab the leaves, now I'm filling that bag a lot easier, just like that, grabbing a huge amount of leaves and dropping them in. So making that job of taking that pile of leaves and putting them into the bin a whole lot easier. I mean, you can see the size of those claws.
I know, easier.
Pretty nice.
Faster, safer for your hands too, because we're showing you leaves right now, but maybe you're picking up things, debris that have thorns on them. We have, whether it's, cuttings from the rose garden, we have bougainvilleas around our home, and they have thorns that will just get you. Maybe it's the palm leaves that have those sharp edges, and the last thing you want to do is stick your hand in a pile of those. But if you have the claws, you have a bigger way, a better way, a more protected way to get up those, all of those cuttings off of the ground. Because you know what, like Peter said, once you rake everything together, if you don't clean it up, if you just say, all right, I'm done, first off, your wife's gonna say, you're not gonna just leave that there, right?
I may have done that before.
And then if you do,
you're like, I'm just gonna leave it for a day or two.
Yeah, but then next time you come back out, you have to rake it all over again.
Yeah, and it's wet, it's heavier if you do it that way.
Yeah.
No, it's no good. This is a great way to be able to pick that up. And honestly, what I'm thinking about this is if you have, my Harry is 11 years old now.
Is he 11?
I know.
He was just a little tot.
He's almost as tall as you.
Oh my God.
So he's, you've got these claws. So now the kids, I'm thinking, get them with a couple of sets of these claws on, and that job's going to go a lot easier, because even their small hands now are going to be able to just pick up an enormous amount of leaves like this. You can see how I'm able to do that, and to rake the pile together. So every time you are grabbing these leaves, look at that, I can even go underneath and grab it that way. I like doing it this way, where you can just rake and squeeze a huge amount of leaves and then just dump them right into that. Pop-up bin makes it easy, especially if you just want to dump them into a sort of a mulch pile, a compost pile, something like that. You can do it. Or just put them in there into your garbage can, and you can bag them up and get them all put out to the street. But it does make it a lot easier. And again, it's a job that has to be done. What about even if you're loading up all the leaves and the cuttings and things into your wagon? We just talked about the wagon with that waterproof liner. It's going to be perfect. But these make it a lot easier, and you can see how big they are. We also have them in the green.
The dark green, you can see down there. So you can get the orange claws or the green claws. It's up to you. But either way, you're going to get this pop-up, which just makes it nice and just compact. So you've got everything that you need all in one setting, which is nice. As I'm looking at this too, I think some of you might be thinking, well, that's great for, maybe for a smaller area. Think about in your garden when you don't want to disturb the plants around, but you still have a lot to rake up. If you have, say, a big blower or a big machine that is supposed to pick up the leaves, that's great for a bigger area. But for your smaller, more intricate garden areas where you don't want to interrupt, your flowers and your plants, these are perfect because you can get right where you need to be, and you're not going to be ruining the plants and the flowers that are already planted there. And the fact that it's so simple, kids can do it. Now they have a chore and they can't say, Dad, I can't. It's too much for me. My hands
my
are too
hands
small.
aren't big enough.
Yeah, no.
No, they can definitely do this, but it's really true that this is part of that work that we're gonna have to do, that spring cleanup where you have to get those leaves. So no matter how you get the leaves in the pile,
right,
now becomes getting them into those lawn bags, getting them into the garbage cans and getting rid of them. And this is going to make it easier. So again, it's a real easy investment to get these home and just make that part of the job a lot easier. And you can see how huge the two of these are. And again, you have that adjustable handle if you need to, but you can see that handle stretches. So you just put your hand underneath there. They stay on really well. And you've got that rake at the end. Again, it looks like a claw, but certainly like a rake. So you can rake that area, and you're just able to grab just a huge amount of leaves each time. And I think your point was really good, Tamara, that you're saying it doesn't matter what you're picking up. You're not worried about getting cut or getting all that dirty with your hands. But so it doesn't have to just be leaves. I think you're right. You know, we cut down a lot here, or all the palm trees, and they all have giant needle spikes on them. So when you were saying that, I'm thinking that's what I need to use these for, because we cut those all down in the yard, and I've got gloves and everything else on to try not to get cut from those. So again, a great way to pick up whatever you're cutting down.
That's true, because even wearing gloves, if you've got thorns, if there are spikes and things, they can still go straight through the gloves.
Oh yeah.
You know, so this is a way, again, like I said, it's protected. And look at my hand, look at the claw. You can see the difference that I almost actually kind of tripled the size of my hand right there, because my hand is right there in the middle, but it's like I have a whole other hand on each side, and I'm getting two of them. So this is a lot better than just using brute strength and trying to muscle through on your own. It's simple, and they're affordable. You know, if these were very expensive, I would understand that you might want them, but then you might pass. But the fact that they're less than $20 for 2 claws and the pop-up container, just simple. It really is simple. And I love that when you're not using the container, it folds right on up.
Yeah, that'll fold up.
Thank you, HGTV.
It's got the Velcro on the bottom, and then you undo that.
Yeah.
Wink.
And you're
Pops
done.
right up.
You're done.
And you're set to go. It does make it easy. You talked about how they're 2 or 3 times bigger than your hands. That's allowing you to get 2 or 3 times as many leaves in a single scoop to get that job done. Again, when you have a massive pile of leaves, and we're all gonna have that soon, you're able to just get that, rake that into even a bigger pile, and just grab all of those leaves in a single scoop. And that's why you want those lawn claws. It makes it so easy. Look at that big amount that I'm able.
You're almost done.
With this. I think in 3 scoops, I can get the majority of these leaves. Rake those together
because
real quick.
You know what happens? By the time you've gotten to this point in your job, you've been out in the yard for a long time. And
a lot of raking.
It's a lot of raking. It's a lot of cutting. It's a lot of, it's a lot of work. And by the time you get to this point, this is why this is probably the job that people like to do least, because you've already been working all day. And the last thing now you want to do is do the cleanup. But when cleanup can be this quick, it's like having 3 hands instead of just the one on, on each claw. So you've got it here. And again, $19.95. Even if you're looking at this and you're saying, well, you're not the one who has to go out in the yard and do the work, but you hire a handyman or you have the neighborhood kids come over and pay them a couple bucks to do it, at least you know the job is going to be done better and it's going to be done right because they have the right tools.
I think they'll think it's fun too. If you're trying to convince someone to go out there and pick up those leaves.
It'll be fun, I promise.
Listen, I made it easier for you. I got you the long claws. You got me what? Yeah, I got your claws to get out there and start picking up the leaves. I'm in. Let's go.
I know.
Let's rake those leaves and just get a huge amount of leaves with these and putting them in the bags. I mean, that's what's so great about these. They're going to make it a lot easier, and you are going to, be done with that job.
For sure, for sure. So choose those in either orange or in green. Either choice, either color you choose, you're also going to get that great pop-up receptacle that does fold down when you're not using it.
Oh yeah.
So enjoy that. $19.95. That's a $10 savings on those. So enjoy your brand new claws. We're going to take a quick spotlight and then come back for more in the lawn and garden.